Hey, I'm Amanda Vernon. Welcome to Word for the Week. My word for the week is the man of God. In this episode, I'd like to share how I heard the Lord speaking to me in Mass last weekend. I'd like to explore what the Lord is asking me to do about this word that He's given me, and then also ask how my word might apply to your life as well. So this past weekend, I was at home with David and our 4 kids at our home parish here in Arizona. I had been on tour the last 2 weekends, so it was great to be back with them. And we did not have to go out during Mass. Not once. Sarah just recently turned 3 years old, and maybe we're turning a corner. Okay, granted, she spoke out loud pretty much the entirety of the Mass. I mean, we just had to try to keep her voice, encourage her to keep her voice at a minimal level. So she sat right between David and me, and then we each had children to our sides. Like Kiara sat on this end, on the other side of David, and then Mercedes and Jamal were on this side of me, and then Sarah in the middle. And it was awesome to be there and make it through the whole Mass. It might not seem like a big deal to anyone else, but if you have young children, There was one point in Mass when we were singing this song, Beautiful Things. You make beautiful things. You make beautiful things. And David sort of put his arm around me, Sarah's in the middle, and he was singing You Make Beautiful Things, and he's looking at me, and it was just awesome to be able to have this family moment in the midst of our faith, and one that's not always easy to achieve as a young family. So anyway, when I heard these words, the man of God, from the first reading, they were about a prophet in the Old Testament, but they really stood out to me for the men of God in my own life, and in particular, my husband, David. So later, I think it was that same night, I was in prayer about this word, and I really felt the Lord inspiring me to some specific actions on behalf of my husband. So one was to write. I love writing, and just to write a list about a conversation that David and I had been having, write a top 10 list about the question that we were talking about and then send it to him. So that's something simple, but it's those simple gestures that sometimes only come to me in quiet prayer. And maybe I wouldn't take the time to write a follow-up note about a conversation that my husband and I had had, but if I spend that time and just really listen to the Lord and take that word that He gave me in Mass and allow it to inspire my heart and my ideas, then I'm able to love better, to love my husband better. So pretty simple word this week, but how it might apply to your life. As I was praying about this, I just thought that maybe there's somebody watching who has some challenges with the men in your life. Hopefully, many of you have beautiful relationships with the men in your life. Likely it's a mixture of both challenges, maybe really hard relationships, and some that are beautiful. But I would just encourage you, and encourage myself as well, to look to Christ as the ultimate man, the man of God, that Jesus shows us what it means to be a man, and that He's the ultimate man to turn to, the one who will never let us down, the one who has given His life for us, and the one who's there to answer all of our questions and to sit with us in the moments when we're not even ready to receive the answers yet. So just encouraging you to turn to the man of God this week. This episode is made possible by my patrons. Their support empowers me to share my experience of God and the church while feeding my children at the same time. If you'd like to know what it means to become a patron or to support even maybe just a one-time gift, your interest in your consideration, this makes a really big difference for my family and for us to be able to continue to have me travel around the nation and around to other parts of the world while still supporting our family. So you can check out the link below, or you can also share this video. You can send it to somebody as a private link, or you can just post it on your own social media accounts so that other people can hear this message and hopefully be inspired to pray and to listen for God's word in their own life as well.